Hi fellow gardeners, welcome to Garden with Jenny. I'm Jenny. So today I have makeup on. What's going on? I'm getting ready to go to my interview. My interview's at 1. So yeah, I'm all dressed up. This is my second interview. Found out that they called my past employer. She's also one of my best friends. Her name's Kat. To ask how I was and stuff and what they had to say. Last time I showed you that we had gotten some snow. The snow is gone. And, well, there's a little bit left. Let me show you. You see that chair there? There's a little bit right next to it, but everything else that we had gotten is gone. It's pretty chilly today still. It's in the 30s. It's windy. It feels a lot colder than being in the 30s, but that's probably because of the wind that we've got. So, all our snow is gone, and hey, you can see my Pittsburgh Penguins. Whoops, this one. Buffalo Sabres, that one. Sorry. I'm not used to, like, pointing backwards. So, yeah, I'm a Penguins fan. Sorry. Don't unsubscribe just because I'm a Penguins fan. Okay, anyways, I wanted to update you on the seeds because seeds are insane today. Every day I look at them in the morning to water them to see if they need water, and I'm like astonished every day at these little guys growing, and they make me super happy. Who knew? I'm sure most people don't realize how happy plants can make you, which is a little sad, but these plants are so cute. They're getting so big, and I don't know if you can consider them leggy. They, to me, look a little leggy, but I can't, there's nothing else I can do at this point. This is my Santa my mom painted for me. It was hers years ago, so it's got a crack in the back from storage, but she repainted it for me. My mom's great at that kind of stuff. Sorry, I don't have a home for him yet. That's why he's still out. I'm trying to get a box. Anyways, so my seeds have progressed quite a bit. So why don't I turn you around and you can look at them, because they're pretty remarkable in my opinion. Okay, so here's my setup, and here's just a big, wow. That milk jug is really reflective. Not sure why the picture looks this way. I can't help it. I apologize for the lighting. So that's the big picture. So in that 2% reduced fat milk jug are my bunching onion seeds that are sprouting. I will show you in a second. Okay, so these 3 here, if you can remember, are the ones that I'm growing for people that work with my husband. Now, the 2 in the back of each of these 6 packs are cherry tomatoes. They're an heirloom variety of cherry tomatoes. The seed gets planted at about 1/4 of an inch in depth because it's a tiny, tiny seed. This is the only one of any of the tomato packs or anything that hasn't sprouted yet. So I'm a little cause for concern there, but you know, you never know. We'll see what happens. Ooh, it's getting a little bit better. Oh, it's definitely the milk jug. The light reflecting off the milk jug is goofing it up. Sorry. Okay. So then the 2 in the center, which haven't sprouted at all for anything, for any of the packs, are my California Wonder green bell peppers that ripen to red if you leave them on the plant. Now, granted, it's only been 8 days for most of them. So that's not, it's not any concern. That's not even at the lower end of the spectrum for those yet. But I have some that I planted, well, I have one that I planted on the 27th of October. Why was I going to say October? February. 27th of February. And it hasn't popped up yet. Oh, yes it has. Yes it has. Look at that right there. You see him? Hello, baby. Okay. So I was getting concerned that I had bought non-viable seeds, but clearly I am mistaken. Thank you very much. Okay. So these two, and these two are green bell peppers. And I'm trying to do like a salsa pepper mix type thing going on here, which is why I have the tomatoes. I'm doing a mix pack. Because I figured people don't want, you know, the people that work with my husband probably don't want 6 tomato plants, 6 of each pepper plant. So I figured let's do a salsa pack. I'm sorry if you're hearing that noise. The next door neighbors, our unit must be connected to the next unit. Our building is 2 units up and down, but I think our building is connected to the apartment building next door, and that is what that noise is because he's doing construction. Anyway, so then we have, and this one is this one, and this one is a jalapeno pepper. This one, and this one are Hungarian wax hot peppers. Hot. I meant to get mild, and yet I bought hot. Whoops. So if you can see, we've got some growth going on here. And this is exciting because these were planted on the 1st as well. So these have sprouted quicker. These 2 varieties, jalapenos as well as Hungarian peppers, are sprouting faster than the California Wonder green bell pepper, which I find extremely interesting. Because I'm not sure why. The conditions are the same unless it just takes a little bit longer for this variety of green bell peppers to sprout. It takes a little bit longer. So here's my jalapeno peppers that I started on the 27th of February. Look at those beauties. These guys are cherry tomatoes that I started on the 1st of March. They were up within 3 to 4 days. Like, that was insane to me. And then I have cherries back there again, cherries back there, and then you can see the Wonder Bell peppers, Hungarian wax, and jalapeno peppers, and those have not sprouted at all yet. You can see that this corner is starting to dry out opposed to the back. And I think that has to do with, 1, I'm not spritzing this enough, and 2, it's right in the center of the heat mat. And so most of the tomatoes are up. This guy has a little bit of growth right in here, and then you can see there's a little splash of green there. So most of my tomatoes have sprouted somewhat, except for 2 that I can't see anything with yet. So maybe those were bad seeds, or maybe I rotted them, or who knows. But we will see. Then, so look at my little bunching onions. Now, I'm not going to retransplant these because of being afraid that I will ruin the bulb. You're not supposed to start onions in the house, but I wanted to try and just experiment with it. I have more seeds that I can do outside in bigger containers so that there isn't that chance of ruining the actual bunching onion bulb. So there those are. Now, an interesting little thing is I had this rigged up regularly placed into a wall outlet, but because I'm going away this weekend to visit my folks back in Buffalo, I won't be here. So I have, here's my water bottle for spritzing. There's my scissors. I've been looking for those. So this is the light switch, and then the black cord is the heating mat. So the heating mat will not be plugged into the timer because it's a fire hazard. I was reading the instructions. Here they are for the timer. So as you can see, here's my timer setup. I have it so that, let me unplug the heating mat real quick. So this is my timer. So you can choose that the outlet is on or the timer is on. So if the outlet is on, then I can start using the manual switch for turning it on and off. But because I'm not going to be here, I've got it set on the timer. Now, I set this at 10 o'clock this morning. So this is reading that it's right around noon right now. And it's a little bit slow. I think it should probably be at noon, pretty close to noon right now. Because I had put it at 10 when it was about 10 after 10 this morning when I started it. So the way this works is these dials that are pushed in are when the light will be on. And these dials that are not pushed down is when the light will turn off. So I have it set to turn on around 6 in the morning. That's this spot right here. And it's going to stay on all day until 8 o'clock at night. Because I want to make sure that my seedlings are getting enough light so that they don't get leggy. You don't want leggy seedlings. And I feel like mine are starting to get leggy, and I'm not 100% sure why. Maybe it's just the way seedlings look when they first start. I don't know. But I'm pretty, because I haven't grown seeds in a few years. It's been a while since I've done seeds. Probably, I think, since maybe the first year I started the YouTube channel, which was quite a while ago. I think 2014? Is that right? Is that when I started my YouTube channel? Something like that. So we're pushing 4 years here, guys. And I was not producing any videos for a while there, and I apologize. But now we're back in full swing. So I wanted to give you that little bit of an update, as well as I had received an email from the place that I first interviewed at, which they had already made me an offer, and I countered them, and I was waiting to hear. Well, I got an email from, I believe it's the owner of the nursery, wondering if I would be interested in doing a combination job where part of it would be me doing the container gardening, which is what I was interviewing for initially. Well, I was interviewing for a greenhouse assistant, which they ended up giving to one of their already established employees, which was fine, because I think self-promotion from within the business is one of the most important things you can do for workers and things, because then it shows that you care about them and you're not just trying to keep them at the minimal amount of wages. So that was cool. And they gave me an offer, which I countered for the container gardening. Well, this owner has sent me this email asking if I would do the container gardening as well as some of their online business stuff, because now I have a little bit of experience with working with Etsy and selling my products online. I made my 9th sale this week to my dad. Thanks, Dad. You're the best. So they want to do a combination job between doing the container gardening and some online business stuff that would potentially give me a full-time job. And I received this email yesterday afternoon, and I am pondering what to do now, because if they offer me a job today at this one place, do I give them a little bit, do I say I need a little bit of time to think about it? I'm going home this weekend to visit my folks. Let me have a couple of days and I'll get back to you. See how this next, I'm trying to set up a meeting to see what this combination position would be, to see what that would entail. Because the owner had said that my resume caught their eye, which is pretty nice to hear, considering I was really concerned that they weren't interested at all for a very long time. So just when I think I have it figured out, it's not figured out. But this weekend, you know, I'm going home to visit my folks, and hopefully my brother I'll get to see, but he's sick right now. He's got the flu. I love you, brother. I hope you feel better. I might get to see him, I might not get to see him. I'd rather have him stay home and get healthy than force him to come out and have breakfast with me and not feel good and all that stuff. And potentially get other people, not myself. Well, there's a potential that he'd get me sick, but to get anybody else in the restaurant sick, that's not good. So I'd rather him stay home and rest and get better. I can always call him, or he can Skype with me one of these days and stuff, and we can figure it out from there. Do you see what happens? I start to ramble. I'm sorry. I'm in a very good mood today because I know I'm going home, and I'm very excited to see my mom and my dad and my brother and my husband's family. I haven't seen anybody since December. We went home for Sean's brother Brian's wedding. And so I haven't seen any of my family. And even when I was home that time, I only saw them briefly for breakfast. So this time, I'm going to spend breakfast with them, and I'm going to go to the ceramic shop with my mom because I want to see what they got. And my mom, she loves to paint ceramics. So I'm not allowed to say right now why I bring that up. She doesn't want acknowledgement. But anyways, she just loves to paint ceramics, and she does a really great job, and I'm really proud of her. She's great. I love my mom. Nobody's perfect, but she's pretty fantastic. So I guess I'm going to dedicate this video to her now because I just started talking about her and I smiled because she's made me to be who I am, as well as my dad. They've raised me to be hardworking and devoted and dedicated and honest, and because that's the way they are. They're, you know, my dad worked a lot of hours. I guess I should dedicate this video to both of them. My dad dedicated a lot of hours working when I was a kid, so on the rare chance that we would actually get to like go fishing and stuff, we did more of that when I got older and started working. And like last Father's Day, no, the Father's Day before this past year's Father's Day, so the Father's Day of 2016, I knew it was going to be my last Father's Day home with my dad, so I took him out fishing. I bought him his fishing license, and we went fishing at Lake Ontario out by Wilson, New York, up in that area there. You're probably like, what? Where's that? Okay, so it's on Lake Ontario, and it's more towards Buffalo. So it's Western New York up along the coastline of Lake Ontario. And we had fun, but, you know, we didn't catch any fish. Oh, wait, did we? Not there. We didn't catch fish there, but I think that was the day that my dad and I went to Oppenheim Park, which is in Niagara County, and I caught my first sunfish because they stocked the pond with bass, trout, obviously some sunfish because I caught some, and there was a whole school following my bait. It was cool. My dad didn't catch any fish. Sorry, Dad. But that's one of my favorite things to do with my dad is to go fishing. Anyways, so I'm excited to see them because I miss them and I love them. So I'm going to go now and get ready to drive to my interview. And I hope you guys have a great day. And don't forget to stay green, folks.